You planned your vacation for weeks or months, you've packed up, you got the food, everybody in the car, you're at your campsite. Great, now you're dinner for bugs. Let's take a look at some of the most common bugs you're gonna see out on the campsite and the ways you can possibly keep them away, unless you like bugs. Not me. While this is not a full comprehensive list of bugs you're gonna encounter out in the wild, let's head back in the studio to take a look at some of the most common offenders you're gonna run into out at your campsite. Let's go. First on the list are No-See-Ums. These are incredibly hard to spot, and yet the sting is even worse than a mosquito. Here's how you avoid them. First, you want to avoid wet areas like tall grass and brush. Next, you can keep the lights dim or install a yellow bulb. Third, you can try an essential oil combo with lemon and eucalyptus. Next, if weather permits, you can wear long sleeve shirts and pants. And if you're in an RV, make sure your screens are secure with no cuts in the material. And if you've already been bit, you can try ice on the bite area or try an over-the-counter remedy. Up next on the list are mosquitoes. We've all come in contact with these, so let's take a look at some ways we can prevent them from joining your vacation. First on the list, you want to remove any standing water from the surrounding area. This is a breeding ground for mosquitoes and other bugs, so let's clear it out. Second, same with the No-See-Ums, wear long sleeve shirts and pants if the weather permits. Third, if you have a fan nearby, you can circulate the area of the surrounding area to prevent mosquitoes from landing directly on you. Next, you may want to consider a chemical repellent with DEET as an ingredient. If you've already been bitten by a mosquito, you can apply an ice pack for around 10 minutes to the affected area. You can also try rubbing basil or peppermint leaves on the affected area, or also consider picking up a calamine lotion from a local store. Up next on our list are deer flies. This one you don't want to come in contact with or get bit by. They have razor-like jaws that cut through your skin when they bite. So this is one we want to avoid. Here's how we do avoid those. First on the list, we want to avoid wearing dark colors or blue. They are attracted to blue, so let's not do that. Second, if you have striped clothing, this may dissuade the fly from landing directly on you. It confuses them. Fourth, you can try a spray mixture of eucalyptus or citronella or some other lemon-type essential oil to keep them away. If you've already been bitten, hopefully not, but if you have, you want to consider a cool ice compress with some antiseptic ointment, or you can try a natural remedy like aloe vera or a vinegar application. Up next on the list are ticks. These things will not chase you. Instead, they hide in the grass and wait for you to walk by, then cling on. Let's avoid these because they do transmit Lyme disease and other things we want to not deal with, so let's avoid these altogether. First on the list is wearing light colored clothing and tucking in your shirt and your pants into your socks if you're able to do that. Second is setting up your camp spot in a sunny area. Ticks will dry out in the sun, so they do avoid those areas. Next is avoiding tall grasses, tall flowers, and leaf piles. And it may be a good idea for you to check yourself for ticks several times a day. You'll want to check under the cuffs and hems of your clothing, behind your ears, the backs of your knee, armpits, and around your ankles. If you have a furry friend with you, check them as well. If you've already been bitten, consider using a pair of tweezers to remove the tick as close as you can to your skin, grabbing the entire creature, removing in a slow and steady upward motion away from your skin. Be sure to save the tick if any health conditions do develop. It would be great for the healthcare provider to know exactly what they're dealing with. Reach out to a healthcare provider if you develop any flu-like symptoms, rashes, bumps, or spots around the bite area. The list goes on and on. Don't take a chance. Get some help. All right, we have an entirely different bucket. Just avoid these altogether. We don't even want to deal with them. First on the list is scorpions. Obviously, they can be poisonous. Let's leave them alone. 2, spiders. There's a full range of these, so again, avoid them. And 3, fire ants. Don't disturb the nest, just avoid them, maybe even set up camp somewhere else. Stay away. Now that we've talked about the different type of bugs that can join you on your vacation, let's look at some tips for enjoying a bug-free camping experience. You can bring along plants that discourage bugs from hanging out with you, like marigolds, citronella, and fresh herbs. In addition to smelling great, you can also use these for cooking. Up next, you can wrap up fresh sage and rosemary into aluminum foil packets. You can then poke holes into the aluminum and place this into a campfire. So the smell not only can keep some bugs away, it's actually a pleasant smell at the campsite. Finally on the list is staying indoors if you can at peak buggy time. This is typically sunset to sunrise. Keeping bugs away means more time out in nature and having more fun. So what's the sketchiest bug you've seen out in the wild? Leave it in the comments below. If you found the video helpful, please be sure to share it, like the video, subscribe to the channel for future videos, We'll see you next time.